Have you ever caught your dachshund sleeping in the strangest positions and wondered what's going on in that long little body? Well, your wiener dog's sleeping position isn't just adorable. It's actually telling you something important about their personality, emotional state, and even their health. And because dachshunds have such unique bodies, their sleeping habits reveal things that other dog breeds simply can't show us. By the end of this video, you'll be able to decode exactly what your dachshund is communicating through their sleep. You'll discover which positions mean your sausage dog feels safe and secure, which ones might signal discomfort in their long spine, and what their chosen sleeping spot says about their bond with you. So let's dive into the fascinating world of dachshund sleep positions. Position 1, the classic curl. Let's start with one you've probably seen 1,000 times, the classic curl. This is when your dachshund tucks themselves into a tight ball, nose to tail, looking like a furry cinnamon roll. When your dachshund sleeps curled up like this, they're actually doing what their ancestors did in the wild. This position protects their vital organs and conserves body heat. But here's what this tells you about your specific dachshund. They might be feeling a bit chilly, or they're in light sleep mode, ready to spring into action if needed. Now, personality-wise, dachshunds who frequently sleep in this position tend to be a bit more independent and alert. They're the ones who like having their own space and maintaining that classic dachshund stubbornness we all know and love. If your doxie curls up every single night, they might be telling you the room is too cold for their comfort. Remember, dachshunds have short legs and long bodies close to the ground, so they feel temperature changes more than other breeds. Position 2, the belly-up sprawl. Now let's talk about the complete opposite, the belly-up sprawl. This is when your dachshund flips onto their back, legs splayed out in all directions, belly fully exposed, looking absolutely ridiculous and completely vulnerable. Here's the thing. This position reveals something beautiful about your relationship with your dachshund. When they sleep belly up, they're showing you they feel completely safe and secure in your home. Exposing their belly is the ultimate sign of trust in the dog world. Your dachshund is basically saying, I know nothing bad will happen to me here. From a health perspective, this position also helps them regulate their body temperature. Dachshunds can overheat easily, especially the long-haired varieties, and exposing their belly helps them cool down quickly. Personality-wise, dachshunds who love this position tend to be more confident, laid back, and comfortable in their own skin. They're usually the goofballs of the dachshund world, the ones who make you laugh with their complete lack of self-consciousness. Position 3, the Superman. Here's a position that's particularly common in dachshunds, the Superman. This is when your wiener dog lies flat on their belly with all 4 legs stretched out behind and in front of them, looking like they're flying through the air. This position is especially significant for dachshunds because of their unique body structure. When your doxie does the Superman, they're actually giving their long spine a nice, comfortable stretch. This is their way of relieving any tension in their back. And it's why you'll often see puppies and younger dachshunds in this position. They're energetic and ready to pop up and play at a moment's notice. Health-wise, pay attention to how often your adult dachshund uses this position. If they suddenly start sleeping like this more frequently, or if they seem to seek out cool surfaces for this position, they might be trying to cool down or stretch out a back that's feeling a bit stiff. Given that dachshunds are prone to intervertebral disc disease, any change in sleeping position should be monitored. Personality-wise, Superman sleepers are usually the playful, energetic dachshunds who are always ready for adventure. Position 4, the side sleeper. The side sleeper is when your dachshund lies on their side with legs extended, looking peaceful and relaxed. This is actually one of the most important positions to understand for dachshund owners. When your dachshund sleeps on their side, they're in deep, restorative sleep. This is when they're dreaming, processing their day, and getting the quality rest they need. For dachshunds specifically, this position allows their long spine to rest in a neutral, comfortable alignment. Unlike the curled position, side sleeping means your doxie feels warm enough and safe enough to fully relax. If your dachshund spends a lot of time side sleeping, congratulations. This means they're getting high-quality sleep and they feel completely secure in their environment. These dachshunds tend to have calm, well-adjusted personalities. They're confident but not overly anxious, and they trust their family completely. However, if your dachshund suddenly stops side sleeping or seems uncomfortable in this position, it could indicate back pain or discomfort that needs veterinary attention. Position 5, the burrower. Now, let's talk about a position that's absolutely classic dachshund behavior, the burrower. This is when your doxie tunnels under blankets, pillows, or any available fabric, completely disappearing from view. Here's the fascinating part. Dachshunds were originally bred to hunt badgers in underground tunnels. Yes, Dachshund literally means badger dog in German. So when your dachshund burrows under your blankets, they're not just being cute, they're following centuries of genetic programming. This is hardwired into their DNA. When your dachshund burrows to sleep, they're seeking warmth, security, and that den-like feeling that makes them feel safe. Personality-wise, burrowing dachshunds are often the most affectionate and security-seeking. They're the ones who want to be close to you, surrounded by your scent, and tucked away in a cozy spot. From a health perspective, this is perfectly normal behavior. However, make sure they can breathe easily and aren't getting too hot under there, especially during warmer months. Position 6, the cuddler. Finally, let's talk about the cuddler position. This is when your dachshund sleeps pressed up against you, another pet, or even tucked into the crook of your arm or behind your knees. This position reveals something incredibly special about your dachshund's emotional bond with you. Despite their reputation for being independent and sometimes stubborn, dachshunds are actually incredibly loyal and affectionate dogs. When your doxie chooses to sleep touching you, they're strengthening your bond and showing you they consider you part of their pack. Cuddler dachshunds are typically the most people-oriented. They thrive on physical contact and can be prone to separation anxiety if left alone too long. These are the dachshunds who follow you from room to room and always want to be involved in family activities. Health-wise, this position is completely normal, but it's worth noting that dachshunds who suddenly become more clingy or change their sleeping habits might be feeling unwell or anxious about something. Health considerations. Before we wrap up, here's something crucial for all dachshund owners. Because of their elongated spine, you need to pay special attention to any sudden changes in sleeping position. If your dachshund suddenly avoids certain positions, seems uncomfortable, has trouble getting up after sleeping, or yelps when moving, these could be early warning signs of back problems. Dachshunds are predisposed to spinal issues, so monitoring their comfort level is essential. Also, make sure your dachshund has an orthopedic or supportive bed that cushions their long body properly. This can make a huge difference in their comfort and spinal health as they age. So, which sleeping position does your dachshund use most? Drop a comment below and let me know if you've noticed your wiener dog switching positions or if they have a signature sleep style. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more dachshund-specific content. Also, if you would love to learn more, check out the video on screen right, which talks about 14 things your dachshund hates. Your long little friend is communicating with you in so many ways, and understanding their sleep positions is just the beginning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.